Okay, both looks like both of my notifications went out. Wait a minute. I haven't this live stream is both Legends and Tales of Josey Wales and Revenge of Josey Wales, my other channel, my third channel. And I just felt like I should do something with that channel. It's just been sitting there for months. Very little material on there. I had some stuff that was in the draft there that was sitting in there, and I just chopped them up and threw them out as a couple things to get something on the channel again. Probably going to start just using that and give maybe Pale Rider a little bit of a break, and then maybe the other channel to Legends break once in a while. And I don't even know if I'm going to get anybody. I have like 60. I only have like 62 subscribers on that channel. I'm trying to build that up. This other one I got over 1,000. Oh, there you go. How you doing, whoever that is? Thank you for the thumbs up. Sorry about the quality of the video. It's looking kind of grainy or blurry, at least on the other one. Yeah, actually both of them look kind of shitty. Anyway, what do you guys think about what the Democrats are stuck doing now? I don't know if you're aware what Trump played some 3D or 4D chess or whatever you want to call it. And he basically turned the tables on him. Wait a minute, what's that say? History of... I couldn't read it. He turned the tables on him. It looks like they now have to... they're trying to stand up for the healthcare thing. Who's that over there? How you doing, Selvin? What's up? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, evidently he what he did, he left them no choice. They're going against him because he's... Man, we're getting some people over. Timmy, how you doing? What's up? Yep. It's talking about what's going on. The Democrats are kind of cornered finally. Trump evidently... LOL. Nasty or rusty? Rusty. Wait a minute, wait a minute. If two lesbians live together, which one of them cooks dinner? Neither. They both eat. That's okay. That's a good one. Do I like Trump? I voted for him, and then I see him doing good stuff. I wanted him to win. However, now I'm wondering because there's things that I don't like about what he's doing now. Hey, who's that? Texas 3, how you doing? I just watched a video before you went live. A big farm exec passed out. I saw that Trump office while talking about drug prices. Yeah, I wonder if he was sampling their product they're making. You know what I mean? Why'd he pass out? From the shock of how expensive they're going to be? What's this say? Yeah, I know he's doing so much bad stuff. He's done good things, too. Don't get me wrong. He has in the beginning done, and even still, every now and then, he'll do something I don't agree with, and then he'll do 2 or 3 things, like hanging around with Bill Gates and all these other elite scumbags. He was acting all friendly towards them. If I was him, I'd keep my distance from them people. That's just me. During the whole depopulation and everything else, they want everything for themselves. They're the elites. You're not going to win votes that way from the common folk because basically Bill Gates killed plenty of people over in India, and now he wants to do it over here with his, magic sauce. And basically a scumbag. Man. At least that's my opinion of what he's been. What's it say? Definitely better than Biden. All day long better than Biden. Biden couldn't accomplish anything other than shit in his pants in office. That was about it. What about the whole thing with the what do you call that? What's that? Automatic right now. What the hell is that called? The auto pen. Sorry, freaking auto pen scandal. He had other people signing shit, signing his name. That's fraud, man. And people ought to be going to jail. And all of a sudden, you're not hearing anything about it anymore. It was like there was all kind of talk about it for 5 minutes, and now it's in the back burner. Biden's off, shuffled off to Buffalo or somewhere, sleeping on the beach or something. I don't know where the fuck he's at. He should be behind bars, and so should all the assholes that put him in the office and played that game, in my opinion. What's it say? Look, all I got. What's that? Stupid auto comment. Don't worry about it, dude. Yeah, that was bizarre. Texas 3. That I saw that the other day. Oh, here we go. It's starting to mess up. Yeah. Come on, YouTube. The thing started to get the spiral. The circle of death over there. Probably because I'm talking some stuff. Probably ought to leave it alone, but I don't feel like it today. I'm sorry. I just feel like speaking my mind, telling the truth, putting stuff out there for once, because I pretty much don't do that anymore, hardly. And we're out of time, man. We are out of fucking time. Shit's going right down the toilet, and people need to wake up. And I'm better off at least keep warning people, even though it's almost a waste of breath, because you know what? It's biblical what's happening right now. And people aren't going to listen. Most of them aren't. Just the Bible says so, that only a handful will, pass the test. Basically, a lot of them are going to be fooled. And hang on one second. I got my car running here. There, turn that thing off. Yeah, they're going to buy into everything the Antichrist says. A lot of them, and they're going to get the mark of the beast, which is coming real soon. And they're getting rid of our paper money, and the only way you'll be able to buy or sell is if you get that chip in your hand. Personally, I guess I'm going hungry, because I ain't fucking doing that. No way. No fucking way. Give it to somebody else. I don't want no chip in my hand. Anyway, to get back to the pharmaceutical thing, dude, they already have supposedly a vaccine for the next pandemic. How the hell can you have a vaccine for something ain't even here yet, and you don't know how it's... Does that even make any sense to anybody? It sounds crazy to me. I don't want it right out of the gate, because the damn thing ain't even been here yet. I didn't take the last one. I ain't taking the next one. God's got my back. Yeah, that's who I'm counting on. Forget all the politicians. Forget everything else. I'm going with God. Yeah, next election, that's who I'm writing in for, president there. Anyway, is anybody still on over here? I think everybody jumped off except for one. Yep, there's one person there. Texas 3. I asked you the other day, how's your dog doing, by the way? All good? Are you still there, or he might have jumped off? I can't, no, there's 3 up there. Can you guys hear me? Or YouTube might have cut this audio. Nah, come on. There's... Yeah, wait a minute. I just watched... Oh, that's an old comment. There we go. He's fine. He's gonna have to learn... What's that? Learn how to be home all day by himself. He's a separation. He'll be all right, dude. Animals adjust. Shit, my cat's totally cool. I could probably take that motherfucker skydiving, hanging on my back or something. Animals are very, if you give them a chance and you train them properly, they're good to go. I think mostly. I guess it's how you train them. And what's it say? Mike Salazar, how you doing? What in the hell is with the 6'7" thing? Somebody want to tell me what that shit means? I know it's a meme or something that's going around, and nobody seems to be able to tell me what that means. Whatever. I'm curious. It's just something they're saying. But I'm going to try to sneak back into an old job I had 5 years ago on Tuesday. I'm hoping they don't recognize me. They do castle. What's that? They do castle call style hiring twice a week. There you go. Change your name and shit. Yeah. Get a real short haircut if you have long hair, or grow your hair long. Or maybe get some kind of scar tissue on your face. Maybe it's been 5 years. Maybe they won't recognize you. Cattle call style hiring. Okay. Well, was it a good job? Pretty good job. By the way, I don't know if you're subbed to me on the other channel, Texas 3. I got that up. It's Revenge of Josey Wales. If you want to check that out, it's the other channel. I didn't put up Pale Rider today. This is my third channel. Put some material on that. So anyway, what's the deal with that? Like I said, excuse me, indigestion. The pandemic that they're already talking about's coming, and it's coming quick, is what they're saying. Yet, how can you even say that if it's not even here? And supposedly, I think it was Bill Gates that was talking about it, and they already have. I don't know if it's a vaccine or whatever the hell they want. What it is it's the same thing with the mRNA crap, I guess it did before, which I don't want any of that. If that's going to change your DNA or do anything weird, I don't want it. Actually, what's the deal with this Ozempic weight loss stuff that they're now all saw the rage now? I don't even want that shit if I'm overweight, because I don't trust anything. It could be like nanotechnology in there. The other day I was hearing about smart dust being dumped on us. Richie from Boston mentioned it. And you start to wonder, I know it sounds, this guy's wacky. It's conspiracy theory. But no, they're doing all kinds of shit to us. All kinds of shit. Spying on us without our permission. Hey, what's that? Is that Red Dawn? How you doing? Yeah. Hey, bad for your heart. Yeah, isn't that ironic? That I believe, look into it, but someone told me the other day, so I don't know, I can't verify it, that Ozempic had, is it not RNA, mRNA, I think, in it. Check that out. I don't know whether it was true or not. Someone told me that. I don't want anything that's going to alter your DNA or whatever. I'll lose weight the old-fashioned way. Jog or do something. It sucked, but I need one. I quit without notice the last time. I'd like to go get back into the. You know what, dude? What's scary? I'm going to tell you something. I don't think almost anybody's going to have a job pretty soon. I think they're going to go universal basic income, shut everything down. You get a stipend, a check every week or a couple times, once a month or whatever. It ain't going to be shit. And basically by that time, there's going to be nothing to buy. Everything's going to run out. Dollar Tree is like nothing in there now. Well, not quite, but all the shit we're getting from China that's going into our stores, especially cheap end stuff, it's going to be gone, I think, because we're this close to being World War III with China in it. Why would they send us anything? But anyway, We're gonna hit famine just like the Bible says. I think all this shit's about to come tumbling down. The whole kit. What's that say? New York City is the prototype for all big cities. Yeah, it's called Babylon. It's gonna fall, and everything keeps coming closer and closer to what the Bible's been telling us. Guaranteed, New York's probably gonna go up in flames. Something big will happen up there. I can feel it in my guts. And how about that guy? I heard the what's his name? The Muslim mayor. People are already hating on him. He's saying the wrong stuff. He's pissing off a lot of people. Here's the thing. What's it say? All Newsom cared about is the midterms and the presidency. Yeah, exactly. They're all about themselves, But what was I going to say? The thing with the Muslim mayor up there, I don't know if, I think they already had this in New York. They just didn't do it the way they're doing it now. From what I heard, 5 times a day they're getting called to prayer, Muslims, and that's cool. You want to observe your religious belief, go for it. But here's the deal. They're playing it real loud over speakers. So if you're not into that, how do you kind of back away? We have new technology. It's called earphones. Why don't they put them in when it gets closer time? They can hear that, and then nobody else has to get disturbed. Meanwhile, if not, then I say we got to go start singing church hymns right next to their mosques. You know what I mean? What's up? You're gonna push your religion and tell us, we're not allowed to, be Christian or Jew or anything else. They're too pushy. They're far too pushy. And I'm not trying to be like controversial. I'm just saying fair's fair. Go ahead and do what you're going to do, but don't tell us we can't, be Christians or anything. They're cutting people's heads off, for Christ's sake, over in Nigeria because they're not Muslim. I don't know. It's a fucked up world, Or actually, not because they're not Muslim, because they're Christians. What's that? Who's that? Have you ever heard of... What's that? Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor? Yes, I have. Hang on for a second. I'm trying to think, was he connected to Cleopatra? I know she was from Egypt. Am I wrong on that? Was there any connection there? I remember that name. I don't usually comment or do anything on YouTube, but I've heard you talking. So I thought I'd try to talk for once. Well, that's cool. Appreciate it. And actually, it helps my channel out, too. Keeps the live stream kicking. The more people put in. Well, he did a lot of war, but I'm sorry. I'm having trouble reading. My eyesight's getting bad. Let me see. Wait a minute. Well, he had a lot of war, but he saw it as a thing he had to do, not interesting to him. Yeah. Let me see what's over here. Katie Porter is still the front runner for California governor. Support Chad. What's that say? Oh, I support Chad Bianco. Or Blanco, I guess. I can't read it. The Republican sheriff for Los Angeles. Yeah, you know what? I don't think you're ever going to see Republicans winning up in California. That's a blue state and probably stay that way. It seems like it anyway. What's this? My point I guess I was going to be, he wrote the thing about, let's say, being stoic, where you be the best, do your best and accept what you can't change, and that other people like frustrating head choppers. Yeah. I just don't believe that you can demand everybody else, hey, what's up, doc? Is that you? How you doing? I just don't feel that that's right to sit there and think that you can just shove your belief system on the entire world, and if they don't like it, they can put their head on a chopping block and you'll take it off for them. That's bullshit, man. You know, I thought Islam was meant peace. What, a piece of your head lying on the fucking floor? It's unreal. The whole thing that they go on jihads. I get it if you're spiritual warfare, but if you're cutting somebody's head off because you disagree with their belief system, it's a little too severe for me to frickin' even consider you as a religious, or I don't know what. I'm just going to leave it alone. I better shut up because YouTube's not going to like what I'm about to say. I'm going to leave it alone. What's it say? They don't know better, or are letting their emotions get the best of them, so they are mean to others. Yeah, but we all got to get along in this world, because it is what it is. And if you believe in a higher power that made us all, then I don't think he wants us to be chopping each other's heads off, or crucifying each other, or throwing stones at each other like they did back in the day. We got to learn how to live on the same planet without wiping each other the fuck out. And I think that can be done if, people just try, maybe. How you been, Doc? I ain't seen you for a while. Oh, by the way, Doc, I got the other channel today is Revenge of Josey Wales. I haven't hardly had any material on there. I decided to put it on. And you people over here, who's that? Nawa. And everybody else is on that one. There's the other channels, Legends and Tales of Josey Wales, if you want to hop back and forth. We are trying to get voter ID in California. Uphill battle, but we still have to try. Yep. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't be allowed to vote without some kind of ID, voter ID. The problem is they're going to use this whole thing to bring about the whole digital ID shit. It's just a one more thing, pushing us to, giving our biometrics, scanning our eyes, chip in the hand, and all that shit. We're already being watched from a million different angles with cameras, satellites staring at us, our TVs are recording us. It's just fucking ridiculous. Who wants to live in a world like that? I feel like we're in a fish tank. Hey, what's up? What's up, Doc? Food stamps were reinstated this month by court order, but next month maybe not, if government still shut down. Good, thank you, Doc. Appreciate that. Need some more subs over there. And now, if you're over there, if you want sub to this channel, I'd be glad for that. Trying to build that channel up. Anyway, what was I going to say? Jeez, I forgot. Wait a minute. Even our employees want to scan our eyes. Our employers want just to check in. Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. And people are just doing it little by little. They're getting more out of us. Fingerprint, this and that. I don't even like on my phone. It's got a thing. You got to touch the button with your fingerprint now. I didn't even ask for it. It identifies as your fingerprint, whatever. I just like to turn the damn thing on. I don't think somebody needs to go that far. I don't have anything that important on my phone that I'm worried about. I don't do any banking or anything like that. But the whole fingerprint thing and all this shit, it's ridiculous. Matter of fact, I told them to take it off after they put it on. I didn't want it. So how you all been there? How about you, Red Dawn? You doing all right? Even arm, yeah. Your employers, yep. They're going to sell us down the river faster than anything. Your bosses are going to fucking force the what the government's going to dictate to them or whoever about the mark of the beast. Watch. Because they won't be able to get paid from the government if you don't get that chip in your fucking hand. Same thing with the COVID shot. And they acted like, oh, washed their hands of the thing, like they didn't do anything. They played along with that whole bullshit thing, and people lost their jobs because they wouldn't get that, needle in the arm trick. Fuck that. I don't want them to keep pulling that bullshit, and it's probably going to happen again. I check in on an app on my phone. Yeah, it's just too much, dude. I work with the Department of Military. Is that what that says? Is that your new job, Doc? Or you just been spying on us? You been have you been with them for a while, or is that a new job you got there? What's this? I didn't want that job. It was stressing me out. We had to, mobilize, radio coding. I just wanted a housekeeping job. I couldn't read that hardly. They really are getting ready next year during midterms. Yeah, it's just getting scarier and scarier, And I don't think that, we're constantly bombarded with shit that's almost traumatizing or trying to worry you about shit day in, day out. And some of it, I'm wondering if they're gaslighting on a lot of it. They're just, there's a comet coming, it's going to crash into the earth, and this thing's happening over here. Starvation, all this shit is working on people's last nerve. And a lot of it may happen because it's biblical, but I think they're also trying to pile on just to break us, break our sanity. So when they finally do roll out the final solution, where they're going to fucking try to do whatever they were going to do at the time with the vaccine, now they got something else coming down the road. The chip, I think people won't be able to say no. They'll be too broken down and too tired of all this. So they'll go along to get along. Some people will. The only bad thing on the earth is Democrats. Yeah, no, they're the worst thing on earth right now. Because they're flat out, all politicians lie. I don't give a shit what you say. Both sides. However, the Democrats, there's no truth left in them. They'll do anything to hold on to power. They basically, to me, it looks like they legitimately sold their soul to play a part in this fucking joke of a fucking government thing. It's ran by Antichrist. I don't even know. And I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm just saying we're under serious demonic control on this world. Everything's fucked up. Everything's going a certain way for a reason. And it's not good. What's that say? The only bad thing, Red Dawn, is a billionaire. You know what? That's the fucking truth too, Doc. More of a truth than the other thing, and I'll tell you why. Because the fucking billionaires cause all the suffering in the world. Hey, what's up, Tammy? How you doing? Billionaires are the ones behind the wars and everything else because they're making money. They're making money. Every time more bombs get made and they're dropped on somebody's country, and now they need medicine and hospitalization, so they're making money off of that. They're making money off the bombs they dropped. It's money. Meanwhile, poor guys is trying to earn enough to fucking buy a loaf of bread to feed his family. It's ridiculous. Who's that? What's that? Scary or angry emotions are easiest for social media to exploit against you. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Well, you mean like the scare tactics? Yeah. It starts to mess with people, even if you're not paying much attention to it, because we're surrounded by it. It's in our environment so much. It's in just about everything on TV. Don't get me wrong. If you just cut TV and the internet out of your life and just try to chill out, you might be all right. But I still say it's like all kinds of shit. You probably can't ride down the street without being slightly brainwashed from all the fucking things on billboards, and some of that shit's even pretty sick. It's no longer there's no censorship on that shit, just on what you say. In other words, if they got like movies that are almost X-rated and shit, they have no problem, letting little kids see that shit. Put it everywhere and anywhere. But, don't get caught talking politics and being on the wrong side. You'll get censored, especially on YouTube. They'll take your whole video down, shut you up, and everything else. I don't know. Maybe, what's this? How you been, Tammy? Are you talking about what? Yeah, she I think so. She was right on that, Doc, on that. Oh, by the way, Tammy, 2 channels tonight. The other one is not Pale Rider. It's Revenge of Josey Wales. If you can, hop over and see if you're still subbed to it. I have like 62 on there now, and I think Doc just signed up. Negative algorithm, right? You know what, Doc? I'm making you a mod over here, if you don't mind. All right. So now you must have already been signed up over here too. Say something, Doc. There you go. That way I got some old school people over there. What do we got here? I'm watching a movie on Tubi called Apocalypse. We're living a movie called Apocalypse too, dude. Wait a minute. With the ruler, domination, women. Who rolled during the time, did I say that right? Domation? I can't read that. The time John wrote Revelation. All right. If you get Tubi, it's pretty good so far. I'll check it out. Yeah, that's the next thing. What's that over here you're writing there? What was that? What's those emojis? I can barely see it. Okay. Hey, by the way, Red Dawn's over on the Josey Wales channel too. If you guys want to hop over and say hello, and so is Texas 3. I'm paying. Red Dawn says I'm paying $4.07 a gallon gas for unleaded in California. Cost me a lot of money. What's that? To drive to Sacramento in a month. Yeah, man, you might want to try to get out of California. I know I said it before, but that's scary out there. Tammy, Red Dawn says hello. If you didn't, maybe you're over there again. I can't on the other channel. Yeah, don't go to New York is right. She's out California. Where are you at, Red Dawn? You're in the mountains in Northern California or something? 3-hour drive to Gavin Newsom's Sacramento. Oh. Fresno. Near Modesto, California. Modesto reminds me of Monsanto for some reason. That's what you wrote there for a minute. What's that? Reno. Oh, man. Did Trump ever stop wildfire aid to Newsom unless he adopted voter ID laws. He said he would. That's a good question. I don't even know. I guess you're asking her that. Red Dawn might know far better. She's pretty up on everything out there. But I never heard anything more about that. But I remember him saying that about stopping. What's that? Modesto used to be farms as well as the Bay Area. Well, considering it's California, what did those farms produce? Nuts and fruits? Doctor Who, good to see you, says Texas 3. Yeah, that's a major cash crop out there is nuts and fruits, and half the population. Anyway, I don't see this shit going on too much longer without some major shit happening, like 9/11 style, in our country. California is the number. What's that? I can't see that. Number one exporter of almonds. Okay, half the population. Yeah, right. Yep. Fruits and nuts. Yep. Exactly, Doc. Yep. These people are nuttier than a squirrel turd. Lots of farmers in the Central Valley, so did Trump in 2024. Tammy, I sent you over a notification. I don't know if you got it. I know what's this. This one goes hard from Marcus Aurelius. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is perceptive, not the truth. We all see things through our own lenses and bias. So self-reflection is key. What's this? Hang on. There we go. What's that say? Tammy, look at the 2024 electoral map of California. Yeah, they get to chop it up and redistrict everything. So, which is 38% of California is conservative, but Prop 50 canceled us out. Yep. Who said that? He said stuff like, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one. Who said that? Nawa. Is that your name, Nawa? Nawa? Sorry, my eyesight's really bad now. I can just barely make the sound. What's that? Tick for tack because of Texas. Oh, by the way, and I told you already, there's another live stream rolling, just so you guys know. I'm sorry. I'm jumping back and forth from the two channels and trying to make sense of it. It's hard. I'll read a comment over there and read it over here. Another one. It's the works. My screen name is hard to pronounce. Marcus Aurelius. Yeah. Nawa Gilshig. Where are you from? Are you from America or somewhere else? What does that say over there? California got suing Newsom for unlawful redistrict map. That's cool. Change starts with the person in the mirror. Yeah, Michael Jackson said that, didn't he? After he got some plastic surgery and narcissistically kept looking at himself in the mirror till his nose fell off. I remember him saying that. What's this saying? My docs are calling in an Indian clinic because of shutdown. What's that? I changed. Now what? Wisconsin. Oh, you're from Wisconsin. There you go. See, if you guys don't know what I'm saying, it's because I'm jumping back and forth trying to answer and read questions because I'm having trouble following my own what I'm saying here on this. Wisconsin, right? Is that the dairy state? Cheese and milk, right? Cheese, milk, and bird flu. The cattle got bird flu now. Well, that's what they were claiming. But and you guys hear? Can you guys hear that? Hang on 1 minute. Must have been like a heavy duty one of them cargo military planes went over. Sounded like thunder, but then it just kept going and flew right over me. Probably taking supplies somewhere. What's this? So weird. Jackson married Elvis's daughter, and it was fake. Yeah, you didn't think that shit was real. That was like Walt Disney. That was like Magic Kingdom and shit. Nothing about Michael Jackson was real, except for maybe a pedophilia shit that he was doing. From what I've heard. What was his name? The little dude, Emmanuel Lewis. What's this? Tammy's quoting Michael Jackson over here. And I didn't like Michael Jackson, hated his music. You know what? All in all, Michael Jackson, in my opinion, had some good songs. Freaky dude, but he had some good songs. Some of his music, and you know, his family was very musically oriented because I think the dad used to beat the shit out of him if they couldn't carry a tune. You know, that he trained them night and day, and they weren't allowed to be kids. You know what I'm saying? They grew up in the industry, and a lot of these families do that. Put so much pressure on the kid that they become a psycho or nuts or something later on. Just because success is the only thing that matters to those people. They don't give a shit that, you know, their kid doesn't feel loved from the parent because it's all about go out and earn money doing what you're doing, you know. To me, that's sick. Pushing your kids into that. What's that? Wait a minute. NASA said aliens are flying over us. The satellite videos prove it. No CGI there. Okay, I don't believe that. Macaulay Culkin, that's one. Turned out okay even after sleeping over at Mike's house. I don't know about that. Did you ever see him with the rabbit ears and stuff? He's a weird dude too, Macaulay Culkin now. A toast to Joe Jackson being the talent. And let's get back. That was good, Doc. Yeah. Yeah, streaming twice. What's that? Streaming twice seems smart. Yeah, you get more views, more people on there. What I want to do one day, get a third phone going, get 3 different channels. I got 3 right now that I can build up, but it seems to me you do better with a little extra there, and you can keep talking to them and telling them go over to the other channel, check it out. You get a few more what you call it, subscribers. What's it say? Sad Jackson's Wonderland mansion is abandoned in Hollywood. Yeah. Why didn't that burn the hell down when California was on fire? Yeah. That thing should have went up in flames. Michael Jackson's housekeeper said nothing happened between Lemon Pledge. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself the people I deal with today will be, what does that say? Mediocre, dishonest, jealous, arrogant, and surly. They're like this because they don't know better to feel anger. Okay? This is unnatural. What do we got over here? Yeah, I thought that was funny there, Red Dawn, what you just said. I read this. What's this? I read his FBI file, and he settled with 5 different kids to take that. However, Mike was asexual, just watch a Thriller video. Yeah, anyway, I think we got to stop picking on Michael. He's dead and gone. And like I said, some of his music was good. I liked some of it. And what if there's truth, and I believe there really is, what happened, that's fucked up. But they never busted him totally, and they tried to, but somehow these people who are doing that kind of shit seem to get away with it when they're, high caliber people. Look at Epstein Island. We still don't know what the fuck's going on with that. They shut that up. You even hear anything about that anymore? Boy, did that go quiet, huh? Shh. They didn't say nothing. Nobody's going to jail. Nobody's getting arrested. It's all smoothed over all of a sudden. I think they're just chilling, eating pizza, so to speak. Fucking sick motherfuckers. And, what's this say? Release the files. They should have released the files when Trump said back in the day. Yep. Mike was a Jehovah's Witness and never celebrated Christmas. Yep. Liz Taylor tried to get Mike to convert to Christianity. Yeah. So anyway, I forgot the other thing I was going to talk about. Oh, I know what it was. The frickin', what's the latest on that comet thing? What's it, Atlas 31 or 31 Atlas or whatever? 1 minute it's going one way, the next it's going another, and now they're trying to say aliens are driving a spaceship up there, and I don't believe any of that bullshit. Yet they don't really ever show you. It's like the Bigfoot phenomenon thing. You never see a clear picture. They never get substantial proof. It's always something blurry. Behind a tree, you see just like 1/4 of they got the Bigfoot's head hanging out or something. Or it could be a lump out of the tree. It never looks convincing to me. All celebrities are messed up, even Mel Gibson. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. What's that? MJ got kicked out of Jehovah's Witnesses because he smoked. I looked up and see nothing, just Elon satellites. Yeah, exactly. What do you got written over here? Anyway, I just saw you were frustrated with things, and I thought the stuff that guy wrote helped me gain a new perspective. Thought it might help. Have a good day. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I just like to, come on here and vent sometimes when I feel like that. And I think to keep it bottled up and not show your true emotions out there in public because, people might not, care to see that. Well, screw that. You have a right. It's okay to feel stuff, and we're not. Wait a minute, hang on 1 minute. I just saw another comment over here. I look up and saw that. It's going out of the solar system and it's accelerating. I don't believe that about that. But anyway, like I was saying a second ago, trying to get light years away from Earth. Yeah. I just don't. I don't want to keep my anger bottled up. It's not all just anger. It's frustration, and it's a human emotion, and you got to express it instead of leaving it bottled up until you explode. And I think a lot of people can identify with that once in a while. Just venting. That's why I come on here, and I'll just vent, and I'll say all kinds of shit. And some people probably like, man, this guy's fucking upset. No, I'm not really. I'm just getting everything out so I can, tomorrow morning when I wake up, I can go off and do my thing and not feel that frustration and the anger, all the bullshit and unfair stuff that's going on. And I hope that other people feel that way too. That, what's that say? 100% red dot. The government needs to let people see what's in. Yeah, exactly. In the Smithsonian, the giants are being hidden. Noah's Ark in Turkey and the Shroud. They never will. They're doing everything possible to keep that hidden. And like I was just saying, to get back one last moment here, I just like to get it out there, and I'm not trying to stir up anger. I'm just trying to let it out, I don't want to stir it up in anybody else. But maybe some of the shit I say may upset people, and if I did, I apologize. I didn't mean to go that far. But anyway, let me see something here. This one good thing, foreign countries made in phone. I can't even see that. Wait a minute. Phone protector. I say thank you to China when my phone hits the floor. Yeah. Yep. I can't tell you how many times I drop my phone. And it's always the one. I have two phones. It's always the one that's not protected, that I didn't have the money to get that lousy $10 case for it. And I got to get a new screen. I've had that happen for a while. Then I learned my lesson. And now it's not so bad. What's it say? I already read that. So, I'm going to shut down the one channel because I think, wait a minute, let me see what I got left up. That one's full. They're both pretty full. I thought I was running low on battery on the one. I'll just let it sit and see if anybody hops on it. I got one person up there. Yeah, you know what, though? You're saying about China sending over the cases for our phones and making our phones and all this. Pretty soon, if we go to war with China, everything stops. We're not going to have shit over here. So why isn't Trump trying to figure out a way to start industries over here now, making America great, start making our own shit over here? There's no way we can start making, chips and shit for the phones and whatever the hell else we need instead of going out and buying it off another country. It's all about saving money, though, and paying people nothing, slave wages. Over there they can, have people working like slaves for nothing. Yeah, I think I am going to cut this other one off. There's nobody up there now.